Hello everyone. In this video, we're going over how to file an extension. It's a bit timely because today is July 15th, which is the due date for 2020. But what I'm going over in this video will apply to any year. I will answer any questions people have at the end. Otherwise, I'm going to jump right in and show you how to file an extension, as well as we'll talk about what amount you should pay with an extension and just cover all the details around it. So when we talk about filing an extension, I'm talking about your personal extension. If you have a separate business, like a partnership business, 1065 or S Corp business, 1120S, or corporation, Form 1120, they have their own extensions. So if you're waiting to get forms from your business and the business isn't filing on time, you need to file an extension for the business as well. Whether for a business or for your personal tax form, Form 1040, you need to file the extension before the due date of the return, okay? And then that's what gives you an automatic extension. So the extension for individuals is called Form 4868. And I'm going to show you in this video how to do it for free through the software I always recommend, Free Tax USA, and for 2019 specifically, but again, this will apply for any year. We'll also be covering state returns as well. So I'm gonna share my screen here and show you the form and Free Tax USA. I'll literally be walking you through this step by step to file your extension, which is not too tricky here. Okay. So here we are at Free Tax USA. First, let's look at the form. So Form 4868, this is the extension form. You certainly can just search IRS for 4868. You could fill this in. This is all it is this little section here. And you can look at the instructions, which include where to paper file this. If you live in one of the states in this column, you find that row, and then you either use the second column for the address if you're including a payment, or the third column address if you're not including a payment. However, it's very easy to do online. So that's typically what I would recommend doing. But if it's easier for you to just get this Form 4868, go ahead and do that. And I will link this in the description below once we're done. So Free Tax USA is the software I recommend using for an extension. It's very easy to use. This is, of course, for DIY if you're doing it yourself. But if you're a paid preparer, you actually can use Free Tax USA. They give you the option to input your information as a preparer, which really is not on the extension form. So that's interesting. Okay, so to get started with an extension, you come to freetaxusa.com and you come down to the big blue button, Start Free Return. Then you're going to have to click Create a New Account, and you're going to need to enter some information. Let's see. Contact. And username, we'll say, make something up, right? Amanda 25567, phone number. Password, you need to enter a complicated password here. And let's see. What I'm going to do, so that, because I forgot how hard it is to set up an account, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Hi, Ricky. And I'm going to log in with a test account. So if you're getting started right now, just continue answering those questions. You're going to have to verify your phone number and check your email and verify your account, because of course they don't want people impersonating another person. I'm going to log in with a test account I have that's already gone through that process. So one thing to understand with free tax, when you're filing an extension, is that it's an extension of time to file your tax return, not pay the tax. Now that can be very confusing, right? What does that mean? If I need more time to file my tax return, obviously I don't necessarily know what my taxes are, right? So if you're in that position, you just want to estimate what your taxes are. And you can do that by just continuing your 2019 return in Free Tax USA and updating estimates, at least for your income and deduction items. And I have other videos that walk you over using Free Tax USA and all of these sections. And you can use the bookmark tab to bookmark anything that's an estimate when you're on that screen. And then once you do that, you can see over here, there's a nice summary of what we owe for federal and state, which in this example is a lot of money. Now, when I just logged into a test account that I've already created, you can see, you can click the blue button to continue your return, or we can also help you begin your 2019 extension. So I'm going to click that. Now, this is just telling you the information I just told you, that an extension doesn't extend payment. So when we file this extension, it's going to say, what's the total amount of income you've gotten? What's the total amount of payments you expect to have made? And the total tax due you expect, because you should pay the amount you expect to owe when you file the extension. So we'll say continue. Now, when it comes to states, one thing I want to show you down here, their last bullet, this hyperlink, the red hyperlinks are great. And you can see there's a list here by states. In most states, by filing the federal extension, that applies for the state extension. You don't have to do something different. However, you can check your state, because some states do, like Connecticut has their own form here. And so you need to be aware of what your state requires. But it's a very similar form to federal, so you'll be able to use the same information that you come up with for Fed. And as you can see, it was a very small form. Now this question, they're saying, why are you filing an extension? Generally, it's going to be because you're missing information to file your return, or you just need more time, to file. You don't have everything ready. These two are basically the same answer. If you select, I can't pay taxes due, or I want an extension of time to pay tax, then Free Tax USA is going to encourage you to file on time and set up a payment plan. That's an option. And so they're going to guide you in that direction. So we'll select one of the first options so that we can continue through. So this is all sample data. I know people freak out on my videos that I've made my social security number is not 123334499. This is just fake information, personal information, but you want to make sure that this is correct for you when you're filing your extension, and that this is the correct address for the IRS to contact you now. Don't worry about it matching where you work during the year or anything like that. Make sure that this is the best. And if where you're living is not a good place for you to receive mail, if you know you're going to be moving, see if you can use someone's permanent address. That's better so that you would get mail from the IRS. The IRS contacts people through mail, not on the phone, not threatening people. They certainly don't show up at people's door. Okay, so then we come down to the bottom right and click Save and Continue. And now they're going to ask your filing status. Now your filing status is based on the last day of the year. Were you single or were you married? If you're single, so 12/31/2019, if you got married on New Year's Eve of 2019, you need to select Married Filing Joint or Married Filing Separate. Married Filing Separate is not a strategic option. It's generally not beneficial. It's there in case you absolutely cannot file Married Filing Joint. Okay, so generally don't worry about Married Filing Separate. Head of household and qualifying widower, those are two other options that apply if you have a dependent you take care of alone as one person. And you can click these red hyperlinks for more information about your filing status. So then we'll click Save and Continue. This is asking if you're a professional. So if you're doing this yourself, that doesn't apply. Save and Continue. And so they're saying, based on what you've entered in this tax return, you owe $19,530. Is that the number you expect to owe for your taxes right now on your extension? So we'll say, no, that was a pretend number. I expect a refund, or I could say I expect to owe some money, but maybe not 20,000, right? Maybe I expect to owe 5,000. Save and continue. So you can put in the amount of tax you expect to owe. And again, if you're not sure how to find that, then enter estimates. And I'll have the other videos linked below for using Free Tax USA and filing your tax return. Just go through and answer all the questions in Free Tax USA. It's easier than you think. So when you get in there and you go through all the questions, just keep going, answer them. You can bookmark any screen you aren't sure of and come back to it later on. And you'll see it's not really that hard. There really aren't too many options. Like, you just enter all of your income and tax forms. So based on the information entered so far for your return, what we entered over here under the return side, total tax payments made were only $2,000. So what do they mean by tax payments? They mean W-2, right? If you have an employee job, all the federal taxes withheld from your paychecks, that's considered tax payments. If you have a self-employed business or any type of business and you make estimated tax payments, those are generally personal estimated tax payments that you're making, because the S-corp business and partnership business, those are flow-throughs. So you're making estimated taxes. Those are included here as total tax payments. If you've done retirement plan withdrawals or you had unemployment compensation and taxes were withheld from either of those, or you made an estimated tax payment, all of that's included here. So I'm going to say, yes, that was all we paid during the year, was the $2,000. And so enter the amount you're going to pay with your extension. So generally, if we're saying that our estimated balance due is $5,000, then I should pay $5,000. If I'm not going to pay $5,000, I would, I would make my estimated balance what I'm going to pay, right? I would want those two things to match and be the same amount. Otherwise, like I said, you can always file and reach out to the IRS to set up a payment plan if that's the concern. So then we'll click continue. They're showing a summary here of our balance due. Estimated total taxes, $7,000. Total payments, $2,000. And we're paying the difference, $5,000. So see how that makes sense? That's the only information reported on the extension. So I'm going to click continue. And now they're going to say, would you like to make payment with the extension using direct debit? So do you want them to make a withdrawal? We'll say no. Let's see if there's any other options. Congratulations, we haven't found any issues. Great, we'll continue. So here we go. Now we can preview it by clicking view. So this is the information to paper file, where to mail it, and then here's a copy of the extension. And it has those numbers right here in the top right corner. So now you could still paper file this if you change your mind, or you can click save and continue to e-file. And I believe that direct debit is going to be the only option. So this is where you can choose, yes, I want to e-file, or no, I want to paper file. Okay, we'll say yes, we want to e-file. All we have to do is confirm that we're giving Free Tax USA the option to e-file our extension, and then click send extension. Now, I'm not going to do that because this isn't a real extension. But if you do that, then you'll receive the final form that you can download and save for your records. And you'll also be told that you're going to receive confirmation. Just like with your e-filing your regular tax return, you're going to receive confirmation that the extension was accepted or rejected. And if it's rejected, then you can send it again. Okay, I think that's all for the extensions. Anyone have any questions? Cool. Okay, well, that's all for filing an extension. If you have any questions about it, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, it's not that hard to file an extension. Definitely be sure to file an extension today because the penalty for just filing late has been increased by the last tax bill. It's nearly $500. So if you don't file by the due date, you get a $500 bing right there. So just make sure you get something in, get that extension in today. Keto from Las Vegas. Does picking Free Tax USA prevent you from filing with TurboTax? Nope. However, I would file with Free Tax USA because it's actually free versus TurboTax, which will not be free past season. They'll charge at least $50, $60. And for things like audit insurance, and Free Tax USA isn't paying me, right? I've worked for Intuit. Intuit does all sorts of horrible things to keep our tax system complicated. Many of the executives at TurboTax cross fingers with the IRS. They flirt with Congress people, and they just passed this horrible deal. So anyways, Free Tax USA is actually free. Companies like TurboTax make billions of dollars, and even though they have free programs, I'll stop myself from going down that path. I am making some other videos about that because it is just ridiculous. But anyways, so for many reasons, I highly recommend Free Tax USA. But no, whoever you use for the extension does not in any way impact where you need to file the final return. Same thing for TurboTax. I believe that they let you file the extension for free. So if you're already set up in TurboTax, just go. It's going to be a similar type of experience as over here. Just log in, and they're going to be prompting you towards filing the extension, especially today. Or you can do like a search and look for extension. It's going to be under personal information. There should be, see, here we go, personal tab, 2019 extension info extension. So you should find that at the start of the questions in any software, including TurboTax. I'm just not sure if TurboTax lets you do it for free right now. So. But no, you're not locked in. Great question. Well, thanks for asking. Good luck. Just be sure to get this done today, guys. Avoid a $500 fee. And yeah, just get it done. And then you have until October 15th. Give yourself a few months. But yeah, that's all for today. I'll see you next time. Bye.